Back now at 7:12. Right now, a live look at U.S. futures with U.S. markets opening in less than half an hour. It's meant to give an idea of what to expect when that opening bell rings. We've watched those numbers fluctuate all morning, first giving some hope that markets will open in better condition than where they left off yesterday. And let's just say yesterday was not great for investors. Concerns about President Trump's economic policy and his recent tariffs led to a widespread market sell-off. U.S. stocks slid throughout the day and despite a brief afternoon rally, closed in the red. In fact, it was the worst day of the year for both the Dow and S&P 500, and the NASDAQ composite posted its biggest single-day decline since September of 2022. The market drop also came in the wake of President Trump saying that he would not rule out a recession. We know the stress that came with watching the markets, and this morning, Dr. Alex Padilla, professor and chair of economics at MSU Denver, is joining us to discuss all of what's happening. Dr. Padilla, thank you for making the time this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, a big question that we're getting from a lot of people. Yesterday, of course, was a tough day for the stock market. What is causing the massive losses that we've been seeing lately?
Investors are very uncertain about the future. We talk about regime uncertainty. We don't know what policies are going to be passed, when are they going to be enforced. For example, this morning, the president says he's going to postpone some of the tariff on Mexico and Canada for the old NAFTA agreement, which is the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement, for some of the goods that fall under that agreement. So investors, they just don't know what is going to happen. Is it which goods are going to be tariffed or taxed, which goods are not going to be taxed, which makes it very difficult for people to decide whether they want to put their money or not in a specific industry or stock.
What is going to have to happen for that confidence to be regained?
As an economist, I think the investors just want some certainty. They want some clarity about what policies are going to be actually enforced. But in general, economists will tend to argue that you want less tariff. You don't want to, we have a complex supply chain where a lot of goods are manufactured outside the U.S. and even auto manufacturers, right? Even though 90% of the goods from auto manufacturers are being supplied by American suppliers, a lot of those goods come from outside.
Yeah, Dr. Padilla, I want to ask you a question that we're hearing a lot from people who are pretty concerned regarding a recession. President Trump said he would not rule out a recession. How close are we to one right now?
Well, it's difficult to have, we don't have a crystal ball. It's difficult to predict. Some companies estimate the probability has rise from 30% to 40%. Depending on the people that do the forecast, it can go from 15 to 20 over other companies that are more pessimistic from 30 to 40%. Certainly, if those type of policies keep going on, like tariff, immigration policies, foreign policies, all those things are interconnected. We could be worried about a possible recession, and therefore the Fed will have to try to adjust to try to prevent that or slow down.
As someone like yourself who is laser focused on the economy, what is maybe one of the first things that you're waiting to see what happens, that you're watching very closely for right now?
I think I want to, as an economist, I like to see, people react to that. I would like politicians, policymakers to realize that this is not for America. This is not good for consumers. This is not good for American workers. This is not good for business, American businesses. And therefore, I hope what I hope to see is the current administration to revert and understand that their policies are highly inefficient and highly harmful to the American economy and American voters and taxpayers in general.
Dr. Padilla, professor and chair of economics at MSU Denver, we appreciate you making the time this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.